What's up, guys? This is Matthias, aka Rulers Poker, and today I want to show you a little bit more about the practice feature. So in order to set up a situation, I want to show you the Ace-8 deuce board. Why did I pick this board? It's because I said that this has a very clear pattern, and we can see that we are betting full range here. So at first glance, this seems like it's not worth practicing, but that's exactly what we are doing now. So yeah, as we can see, we will pretty much all hands that we have here will go for the small bet. But yeah, that's not the whole story, right? I mean, that's only the flop decision. So I think specifically these boards where we bet our entire range, which has a lot of non-ace X hands, but also, of course, a lot of aces. It's always interesting to take a look at how to continue our play on the turn. So let's go ahead for the small and press the continue button. I don't think we will get ever raised here on such boards, simply because in position has enough issues to defend a reasonable amount of his range. So going for the call now, and yeah, now I think it gets interesting what to do, because we are still with our full range, whereas in position has already filtered out a lot of his weak hands. And now suddenly our ace jack 10-9 might not be that good anymore. We improved to a gut shot, so I guess it's very interesting to continue the spot here. No backdoor flush draw got there. I would say it's kind of mixed for sure. With the gut shot, I go ahead and bet. Oh, so it's not really mixed, and we can see where we end up here. Given that we still have 100% of our range and button has a lot of ace X and better, suddenly our range checks on the turn 75% of the time. So now we should figure out whether this is only a coincidence or whether this is true for most turns. So by doing so, we can again click on the overview, and now there are not all the boards, but there are all the possible turn cards here. So we can see overall on overall turn cards, we are supposed to check 63% of the time. We can at the same time see what are the best cards, what are the worst cards again. So most aggression to least aggression, we can see the king is a very good card, because suddenly, as you know, we still have all the kings because we pretty much bet 100% on the flop. So now suddenly we have a set on the turn also very often, on top to our very likely aces set, or rather likely. Same seems to be going for the queen. We have a lot of this ace Broadway type of hands that improve on the queen to either top 2 or a gut shot rep and so on. Also the 8 pairing seems to be fine, and if we scroll down the list, we can see we come to cards we check full range, and surprisingly, I guess for a lot of people, the ace is the worst card on the turn. So why is that? Keep in mind we have a lot of aces, and if the ace is on the turn, it's so unlikely that we have aces. And what we said before was that in position also has a lot of ace X that call the flop. So the ace is a very, very bad turn card for us to bet. So we check pretty much our entire range, and then also straight completing cards like the 3, the 4, the 5, even the deuce are cards that we want to check a lot of the time. And then we, as always, have some cards in between, like the 10. It's not very good or bad, so the 9 gives us a decent amount of straight draws with our rundowns, so it should be mixed for sure.